first half. One Piece first half, episode 5. Episode 5. Did the first half go before? I'm gonna just put first half of. Alright, so now, not a lot of the whole, what I would say, like, what's that thing I was calling it? Plot, forced plot type of moments. But starts off where episode 4 picked up, left off, and what happens? Now we know the girl with the orange hair that has been there since she keeps making these little cameos since episode 1. We know her name now. We're gonna get there. Okay. So she stole the map of the Grand Line, and the guys are chasing her. Luffy falls out the sky. I'm doing good. I'm saying it right. Luffy fell out the sky right behind her. Now this is where I don't like her. Automatically, I'm like, come on, bruh. So what did she do? She's like, oh, there you are, boss. Thanks, boss. You protect me. So she keeps running, and it was like, she's getting away, but we got her boss, Luffy. And so she runs off, leaves Luffy there, and then she's like, what did she say? When she leaves, she was like, oh, I wonder if those guys have done killed him off already. And so she goes back to go see, like, did they like, what did they do with Luffy? Luffy, one of the guys, Luffy was like, when Luffy fell, he was like, yeah, this was the most awesome thing that's happened to me. So Luffy says that, and like he's like unaware like what everybody else is talking about and going on. And then when the girl runs off, the guys are like, they're surrounding him, and he's like, oh, I'm hungry. And it was like, food is the least of your worries. And then so Luffy, his hat goes flying. He grabs his hat and he knocks the other guy. He's like, don't touch my hat. And then the other two say something. I forget what they do, but he was like, gum gum rocket or missile, pistol, whatever. Gum gum pistol. And he is both of them too. And so at the same time, the girl, she had ran off, and then she came back, and she was like, but she was coming to check on to see if they had killed him already or whatever. And then she was like, oh wow, you sure are strong. They had sabers, and you just beat them with your bare hands. And he was like, you're the girl that set me up. What do you want? And then she was like, her name is Nami. All right, so we have her name now. Her name is Nami. The girl with the orange hair, her name is Nami. And she was like, yeah, I'm a talented thief who steals from pirates. And she said something about, can she join him or something? Like, be team or whatever. And he's like, nah, I'm good, lady. Like, like she just set him up and left him. But he was like, I'm hungry or whatever. And she was like, oh, I can get you some food. He was like, all right, cool. So he goes with her to get food or whatever. And then she was like, I'm a talented thief who steals from pirates. So she don't like pirates, but then she's sitting here telling him, he was like, a thief is a thief. I don't care who you stealing. Like, a thief is a thief. He was like, you're just a petty thief. Her goal, for some reason, her goal is to get 100 million berries. He asked for what? We don't know. We don't know why she wants 100 million berries, but she wants 100 million berries. She stole the map from the Captain Buggy's crew, and Captain Buggy, so they show who Captain Buggy looks like, who he is, and Captain Buggy is like, how did she steal the map of the Grand Line? Well, first of all, you the captain. So I'm sitting here like, it doesn't, like, it's your, what you call it, like, so, but the crew members are like, yo, it was just setting up just as plain as day as your nose, and she grabbed it. What you say about my nose? Da, da, da. One of the things kind of sort of annoying, I don't like the whenever it's supposed to be like this excited, like high pitched voice, it doesn't have to be high pitched. But whenever it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like yelling, and it goes to this high pitch like da 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 da, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't like the yelling. Uh, it's the it. How do I say? And it's not like this like yelling, but it's like it's supposed to give the effect of it's if it is yelling type of thing. Kobe did it in like the first two episodes. Um, and who else? Like every episode, somebody kind of started doing it because I was looking in the other episode and the other person did it too, and it's like whoever is supposed to do that voice does it for other characters. I forget what character was doing it in the last episode, but I was like, oh, it didn't. That's the one thing that annoys me. It's like whenever it's supposed to be like this is da 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 da. You shouldn't do this. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Da, da, da. They're like, yo, that be getting me. I'm like, all right, man. But it's some little high pitched voice, and whoever does it anyway. And it's still like it's still uh, I don't know, get good. I don't know. It's super like basic. It's super basic. Like the script writing, the concept lines, and oh man, you're super strong. They had sabers and you just took them out with your bare hands. Like it's super basic. So Captain Buggy's yelling at his crew like, how did she get the whatever? I don't know, sitting out playing this day, da da boom. And he was like, this is what I'm saying. Captain Buggy's really mad. He's about to use the devil fruit power. It's so I don't know the word for that. It's just oh no. Like it's not even I'm not even joking. They literally say this. They literally like, oh no, Captain Buggy's super mad. He's about to use the devil fruit power. And then so like whatever Captain Buggy's devil fruit power is, he like it's like Magneto. It's like, get over here. Like so it shows the guy like so like the guy that is like Captain Buggy's like yelling at or whatever, he's like now floating and you can see like the grips of the hands on his neck, but Captain Buggy is like like he Captain Buggy's standing here, but the guy's like and floating towards him. Type of thing. Don't I don't know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Type of thing. It's one of the type of vibes. So whatever Captain Buggy's devil fruit power is, he can like grab you or whatever from afar. Get over here. But in like like the person was like levitating. I'm not even I'm not sure what do you call this? Like what do you call that power? Like levitation? But because he was like choking a person without touching them though. But so they're like, oh no, Captain Buggy's really mad. He's going to use the devil fruit power. So then they show what his power is. They at least give us a glimpse of it. So then it goes back to Luffy and Nami. Now, Luffy was like, are you just sitting here all by yourself? And Nami was like, no, I'm just staying here for the time being. Everybody kind of like deserted the city or whatever because of Captain Buggy. And so Luffy's eating. She says the whole thing that she needs to get 100 million berries. She wants to get 100 million berries. Like, there's no whatchamacallit. She needs to get 100 million berries. He asked why. She don't say why. She was like, da da da, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, this map of the Grand Line, I'll finally be closer to my goal, whatever. So Luffy's like, oh, you got the map of the Grand Line? You must be a navigator. She was like, the greatest navigator you're ever going to meet. Well, he was like, well, hey, maybe you should join my crew. And she was like, really? I'll join your crew this after. Well, no, she was like, she said something. She's like, you're a pirate? She was like, I would never do with a pirate. The same thing Zoro did. Zoro was like, I'm not going to, like, Zoro ended up stealing from pirate. No. Well, that's how Zoro ended up, messing with the pirates. Anyway, she's a petty thief. She's not to be truly trusted. I'm not really rocking with her character. But, because then even now, we're in more deep, dark doo-doo because of her. So Luffy was like, yeah, you're the navigator. Join my crew, you be our navigator. Like, we need a navigator. She was like, I wouldn't work with a pirate or nothing like that. She steals from pirates. That's she only steals from pirates, and that's her moral and this and whatever. So she was like, "Well, I'll join your crew on one condition. You gotta help me." So Luffy was like, "Sure, I'll do whatever." So she ties Luffy up. She takes Luffy to Captain Buggy. She's like, "We're gonna pay a visit to Captain Buggy." Um, so she takes Luffy to Captain Buggy. She ties Luffy up, brings him to Captain Buggy, and was like, "Yeah, Captain, um, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of." She said she's tired of Luffy. Like Luffy's her boss. She's tired of Luffy, and here's your map of the Grand Line. So it's just a weird little plan, and it ain't working out because it's like, oh, now it's gonna get even worse. So her thing was she turns Luffy into Captain Buggy, and she was like, "Can I join your crew?" Captain Buggy's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a welcoming party." So Captain Buggy has like this welcoming party, and like so they're partying and celebrating Nami. Nami's the girl with the orange hair who's been there since episode one. But you don't really know what she about. She just keeps stealing from people and from the pirates and whatnot. So then he was like, "Yeah, you can join my crew." So we're gonna have a welcoming party for Nami. So they're having a party for Nami or whatever, and he was like, "All right, you want to see? Bring out the buggy ball." So the buggy ball is just a cannon. They got the little shiny red ball, and it's like, Captain Buggy's a clown. If you don't know, he's a clown, and he has his big red nose, no Rudolph, and like the buggy ball has like the clown thing on it. It's a red ball, and they put it in the cannon, and then they light it up, and then it like blasts houses that are in the city. Mind you, a lot of people left the city. Nobody lives in the city because of Captain Buggy. So he does a little buggy ball thing, blast up a whole bunch of houses or whatever. So Nami was on some. What Nami say? Nami was like, "Oh yeah, I am." Like she's like, "Cat." She was like, "Pirates are so gullible, whatever." She was like, "They're so easy. I infiltrated his crew just like that." So that's one thing she says. This is her plan. She was like, "I'll just figure out the right time and the moment to steal the map of the Grand Line back." So it's like, son, like these are like the little things I'm saying, like whatever your plan is to infiltrate his crew and steal the map of the Grand Line back. It's like a greedy type of plan. This is why I don't like her and trust her. Mind you, she already set Luffy up at the beginning and left him. And so um, I don't like just the process and the mindset of how she thinks. Like this is not a good plan. You turn Luffy in because she thinks he's strong because he beat the other guy with the saber barehanded. You turn Luffy in. You give them back the map of the Grand Line. Your plan is to steal the map back again and take some treasure. It's like, what are you? I don't. They take Luffy as prisoner, right? But then Captain Buggy's like, well, yeah, you need to show me. Now, when Captain Buggy did the whole buggy ball thing and blast some houses, now Roro Zoro and the three guys that were on that boat, that, from whatchamacallit, the three guys that Roro Zoro had on the boat, from the boat that she took from those three guys, well, they were part of Captain Buggy's crew. This is like, now, see, this is a thing, this is a commendable part, right? The fact that these things are like tying, and it's like this story that continues to build over and over, and things aren't like just a one instant, one standoff type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So like Roro Norizoro pulls up on a boat that, and remember, on the boat are the three guys from Captain Buggy's crew that the girl, uh, what did she do? Nami, I know Nami, we know her name now. Nami had foiled them. She was on a boat. She said, "Hey, can I get some water from you guys?" Just like, "Yeah, this ain't there, boom, boom." And then they got on her boat trying to get into the treasure chest. She gets on their boat and leaves them. But then when Luffy got up there with the bird in the sky, and the bird took Luffy. Zoro was paddling, and then he sees the guys on those boat, and they're like, "Hey, we need help." And then they hop in, and they try to get. He's like, but then he ends up making them paddle that boat. Anyway, that boat they just pulled up, and he's like, "Oh, Captain Buggy, all right." Uh, they Zoro, he sees that whole the Captain Buggy ball thing. So that happened. Then the other part is where we at right now. Uh, okay, this is Nami's whole little plan thing. Other thing I want to mention is like they having this whole little party for Nami joining their crew. Luffy was trying to stretch, and he was trying to reach a piece of food and wasn't able to get it. So I don't know if he's like his stretch has a limit. Like he doesn't like he can only stretch but so far. I don't know if there's a because he was trying to reach for it, but then he did it's I guess too far away from him, and his arm snaps back. So like I'm not sure if Luffy has a limit to how far he can reach. That's one thing. What else is I'm trying to remember? Is there any other like little things that kind of sort of happen? Um, Luffy says something, and I forget what Luffy says, but Nami was like, "Shut up, you idiot!" And oh, uh, Captain Buggy was like, "Yeah, with these buggy balls and da 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 boom boom boom, nobody should be able to stop me on the Grand Line." Because when they go to the Grand Line, it's a whole bunch of pirates, and it's just like a free for all war type of thing. So Captain Buggy said something about going to the Grand Line, and then Luffy was like, "Oh, well, you going to the Grand Line? I'm going to the Grand Line, and I'm supposed to be king of the pirates." Like, so Luffy just says this. Luffy's like, you're going to the Grand Line? I'm going to the Grand Line, and I'm supposed to be king of the pirates. Like, da 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 boom boom boom. And so, um, Nami was like, "Shut up, you idiot!" And then Captain Buggy was like, "I see why you left this guy, this and the third." And he was like, "Well, if you want to prove your loyalty to me, let me see if I have any." Yeah, he was like, "If you want to prove your loyalty to me, here." So, so now Nami's like, "Okay, if I don't do anything, um, she's like, if I don't shoot, then they coming after me." She was like, "If I do, then I'm no better than the pirate." So that's what has happened in the first half of episode 5.